Hi, my name is Rachel Bainick and I'm with Neutral Posture. Today we're going to talk about the difference between sit-stand furniture and stand-biased furniture. Now you're probably more familiar with sit-stand, so let's start there. Sit-stand furniture is anything that allows an end user to sit and stand at the same workstation. Usually it implies that there's some sort of adjustment that has to be made. So that might be in the form of an electric height adjustable desk or a pneumatic desktop riser like our stand-up X1. There are a lot of ways that you can accomplish sit-stand in the workplace. Now, stand-biased is a little different. Stand-biased also allows an end user to sit and stand at the same workstation, but it implies that there's no adjustment to be made. So whereas sit-stand, you have to raise or lower your workstation to get to seated or standing height, with stand-biased furniture, you don't have to make that change. So this is a stand-biased setup. This is a 40 high, actually for me it's a little shorter, it's a 38 high workstation. So I can stand at this workstation without having to make any adjustments. And the way we accomplish that and allow you to continue to sit at that workstation as well is by utilizing a stool height chair. So this XSM has been lifted so that it is at a stool height. So that way I can sit and stand at the same workstation without having to wait for it to go up and down. Now, that's important because what the research out of Texas A&M's Ergonomics Center is showing us is that the novelty of standing height, sit-stand furniture actually wears off over time. So what happens is people buy height adjustable desks and then they use them for a couple of months and then they stop making the adjustments. That's not great. The whole point of sit-stand furniture is to get people up and moving throughout the day. So if folks aren't continuing to utilize those products, it's almost a waste of money. So there are folks who continue to use those over time, and there are programs and softwares that remind people to sit and stand throughout the day. Those are really important features if you want to implement height adjustable desks and ensure that end users continue to use them over the course of the lifetime of the product. Stand bias, though, is a little more intuitive when it comes to seated and standing height work. So what ends up happening when you have a counter or bar height workstation is when you walk up to it in the morning, you're ready to work at your standing height position. People tend to do this for an hour or so in the morning, and then they'll sit when they get tired. And then when they come back from lunch, they do their hour again where they're in their standing height, and then they sit the rest of the day. Now remember, we talked about ideally you want to stand for 15 minutes and sit for 45 minutes of every hour, because that's what helps your body get going again. But standing for 2 hours out of the day is ideal. So if you get that done in hour increments, that's fine. But again, we do highly recommend 15 minutes of standing and 45 minutes of sitting for every hour. Now, people actually make that change more often when they're in a stand-bias setup. So something like this, where I just have to push my chair out of the way and stand up and work at my workstation, is ideal. That's what helps people be the most active throughout the day. So now you know the difference between sit-stand and stand-biased, and if you're making a change either in your workplace or at your home office, you can make an educated decision. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to follow us for more ergonomic tips.